Hey there. So I got a little triggered this morning. I don't typically listen to the radio or listen to the news, but with everything that's going on in the world these days, I had my radio on the other day in the car, just trying to listen to what's going on in the world with all the insanity that has occurred in the past week. So anyway, I get in the car this morning and the radio's automatically on and I'm backing out of the driveway and the guy on the radio says, "I trust science." Now, if you've been following me on social media, you know that I am a lover of science. I have 5 degrees in science. I did biomedical research for 8 years. I taught biotechnology. I was contracted by the Massachusetts Department of Education to create biotechnology curriculum and the biotechnology teacher certification test. I love science. But when I hear someone say, "I trust science," I get triggered. So that might be a surprise to you, but the reason is it's because they're not trusting all science, they're trusting specific science. And when they use the phrase, "I trust science," what that means is what I'm about to say is irrefutable. That because I am branding it as science, that means you cannot challenge it. And science is not a thing, it's a process, and it's dynamic, and it's time stamped, because the science of today will not be the science of tomorrow, or wasn't the science of 40 years ago. Every single day, science changes. So you can trust the scientific process and you can trust science, but you can't negate objection by putting the brand on a statement that says, "I trust science." That needs to be identified as, "I trust specific science," because if you're saying what I'm saying and believing and sharing and promoting is based on science, you must include all of the science. Because if you're saying, "I believe the science of mask research and I believe the science of vaccine research," but you're not giving any credence to, "I believe in the 371 PubMed articles related to vitamin D and COVID, the 125 PubMed articles related to vitamin C and COVID, the 70 PubMed articles related to quercetin and COVID, the 113 PubMed articles associated with ivermectin and COVID, or the 173 PubMed articles about zinc and COVID. So you can't say that the only prevention research that I believe in is mask research without considering the hundreds of research articles published about the use of vitamins, herbs, and nutritional supplements to prevent COVID. You also can't disregard the treatment science of COVID that is being conducted in hospitals across the globe with fascinating results. So sometimes when I hear someone say, "I trust science," or "I believe in science," I get a little triggered, because it's like they're saying, "God has spoken," that you cannot challenge what I'm saying. And you know what? I'm not challenging what you're saying. I'm asking you to broaden what you're saying, to look beyond specific science and read, learn, and comprehend expansive science in the treatment, prevention, and remediation of COVID. So I'm Dr. Patty Barch. I'm a traditional naturopath. I own a wellness practice in Onalaska, Wisconsin called Naturally Unbridled Wellness, and I'm a triggered scientist today. So I just wanted to share some thoughts with you and just give you maybe your own little trigger word that when you're watching the news or listening to the news and you hear someone say, I trust science, I want a little flag to go up in your head that says, which science do you trust? Do you trust all the science or just specific science that helps you to promote your narrative? That's all I have for you today, you guys. Peace out. Have a healthy day.